It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Give yourselves a hand. The Geno Jones Show. Bam! I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. out on the West Coast. Subscribe, share, screen grab, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. Shout out to all of my new subscribers, my new viewers. Thank you. Welcome to the Geno Jones Show family. Glad to have you as part of this family. You know, you don't get to choose the family that you're born into, but you do get to choose who you consider family. And all of you all who are part of the Geno Jones family, the Geno Jones network, universe, are family to me. And to paraphrase a song from the late Heavy D, Dwight Myers, got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, mama. And the brothers too. So I appreciate you. So make sure you screen grab a clip here. Now, this show is live if you're watching me like right now, about 6:33. But if you miss it live, you can always go back and binge watch this and any episode on my Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. So feel free to grab some video from this or any show and create a viral moment. Create a YouTube short here, or just create a viral moment, a little short video clip, and put it on any social media platform you choose. You have my permission to do that. And continue, spread the word. My goal, I want to get 50,000 new subscribers now. I actually qualify now to be a YouTube partner. I went from 0 3 years ago. 0, nada, not a damn one subscriber to now around 600, which qualifies me to be a YouTube partner. But I had big goals, 50,000 by the end of August, 100,000 by the end of 2024. So please spread the word. Tell everybody that you like, that you love. Folks, y'all just all right. We okay. Folks you really can't stand. Folks you hate. Strangers. Aliens from outer space. I don't care. Tell them all. This is must-see TV. So if you are a Luther Vandross fan, Luther Vandross, I got good news. So when you think of Luther, you think of his album Never Too Much. That was Luther's first real big album that was on Epic Records. And then, of course, you had Never Too Much, and then Forever, For Always, For Love, Bad Boys. Just so many incredible, iconic, all-time Luther albums on Epic Records. But did you know that there was a Luther Vandross before Epic Records? He was on a label called Cotillion that was distributed by Atlantic Records. And believe it or not, Luther's first two albums were on Cotillion Records. One was simply called Luther, and the second one was called This Close to You. Well, guess what? Follow the money. I guess Cotillion Records, or whoever has that catalog, I don't know if it's Atlantic, but then Atlantic was part of Warner Brothers. So I don't really know who owns the damn masters. But anyway, they're going to re-release Luther's his very first two new albums, which was Luther and This Close to You. That was before the Never Too Much album, which was like his first on Epic Records, which was right around, I'd say 79, 80, right around then. So, going to be re-released later this year. So, for all you Luther fans, and there are millions, maybe billions, I know millions of Luther Vandross fans all over the world, including my mother, who's watching me now, who is as big a Luther Vandross fan as anybody on the planet. Trust me, you can believe me on that. You can bank on that. So just wanted to share that news with you. Now, all week long I've been talking about the importance, understanding this year is the presidential election year. You got the MAGA primary. You have the MAGA cult primary. used to be the Republican Party. There is no longer any Republican Party. It is a cult. It is a religious and white nationalist cult. That's what it is. As a matter of fact, they'll tell you. Some will admit to being it's a cult. But anyway, so they're having their primary between the cult leader, their Lord and Orange Savior, as some people even call him, they call him their white Jesus. We are in some really, really, really precarious, dangerous times. So anyway, the MAGA cult, they're having their presidential primary here in the state of South Carolina on Saturday. The Democrats have already had their primary earlier this year. As a matter of fact, the chairman of the Democratic Party, Jamie Harrison, was a guest on the show. As a matter of fact, we got to get Jamie back on. He has a permanent host. He has a permanent home. He could be a permanent co-host. I told him that on camera, but anyway. So, and I can't say this enough. This election, it's really not about President Biden, or as I call him, orange jumpsuit jackass Hitler, Orange Hitler. It's not about him, that dude. It is about your freedom. It is a choice. And I'm going to repeat this like every day. You are choosing between your freedom and your oppression. And you have one person who is the current president, who's done a lot for this country. As a matter of fact, from a historical legislation standpoint, he has passed like more legislation for those who are concerned about the environment, and we all should be, about climate change and making sure protecting the environment and trying to save it. He's passed the largest climate what's the best way? How do I want to phrase it? The largest bill in terms of protecting the climate. Some people call it climate change. I don't really like using that term. That's why I'm hesitating. But if you are concerned about the environment and a bill related to just climate change and everything, no other president passed any legislation nowhere near the size in terms of money going to not projects, but just going to areas to do everything we can to slow down climate change. Just to make it simple for you. What has President Biden done for black people lately? Because there's a narrative. Listen, what do I mean when I say a narrative? There's a narrative is like a story. And there's a narrative and a story that even many people in the corporate media, they want to sell you. Because what you have to understand is, at the end of the day, the corporate media is corporately owned. And like any other corporation, their number one goal is not to protect and defend democracy, not to teach Americans basic civics so they can understand how government works. They do not give a damn about any of that. That is not their responsibility. They will tell you by law they have what they call a fiduciary responsibility to their shareholders. That means that they have a legal responsibility, in their words, to make as much of a profit for their shareholders as possible. And if that means selling out democracy and giving a wannabe dictator all the free coverage like they did 4 years ago, now it's not as bad as it was 4 years ago, because the media didn't take orange jumpsuit Hitler serious. And they kept putting him on TV. He was like 5 nights a week. At one point, all the networks. And why did they do that? Because he was so outrageous. You hated him. The MAGA cult loved him, but people tuned in. It was like watching a train wreck. And the ratings were great, which means they were able to sell that airtime and make a whole lot of money. CBS, the CBS television network, had a president, a guy named Les Moonves, that had to retire because he had been accused of, another Me Too movement, sexual improper sexual behavior, sexual harassment, possibly worse. Had to retire. His wife was Connie Chung, who was on The Talk. It was a news anchor back in the day. Les Moonves, after he retired, he gave up the ghost. He told the truth and told the story and actually said in an interview, well, talking about what CBS and all the other major networks did, putting Trump on as much as we did leading up to 2016 and 2015 and definitely the summer and fall of 2016 before that presidential election, putting him on as much as they did. It probably hurt our democracy, but it was good for business. That was a quote. That's what he said. That's what the former president of one of the top 3 major television networks said. Yeah, we knew it wasn't good for democracy. We knew this guy was a liar, a fool, racist, anti-Semitic, anti-immigrant, anti-Muslim, misogynistic, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, all of that. A traitor, loyal to Vladimir Putin. Yeah, we knew all that. But we didn't care because we were making money. And it was good for business. It was good for our shareholders. It was good for his golden parachute, which is he landed on a whole lot of money when he was forced out of CBS. He walked away with a whole lot of money. It's called a golden parachute. It's basically like a severance. Most of us, if you leave a job or forced out or fired, you don't get you lucky to get 2 weeks pay. Now, if you got a, like some kind of retirement plan, and you got 401k, you can transfer that. So the point I'm trying to make is that you have to understand the corporate media, they are into something that's called the horse race. Who's up in the polls? Who's down? How many black folks are going to support President Biden? How many black folks are going to support Orange Jumpsuit Hitler? What about the Muslim American community in Michigan? How does President Biden poll with the Muslim American community because they're mad at him because he's allowed the money that was already earmarked to go to Israel for defense? Once again, understand, to all my Muslim, all my Arab brothers and sisters, all my Palestinian American brothers and sisters, and I absolutely get you. 29,000 Palestinian people, not Hamas terrorists, have been murdered. And now the white nationalist, who's the prime minister of Israel, is talking about going into the city Rafah, where they force all the people out of the main city, Gaza City, and out all the other areas after they bombed it, literally destroyed it, and it looks like something out of this. It looks like literally a nuclear bomb has been dropped in Gaza City and these other areas, and now they're going to send tanks into this Rafah, this city, to where the Israeli government basically said, listen, if y'all don't want to get bombed, go there. So you sent these people there. Benjamin Netanyahu and their white nationalist government, because basically you have the Israeli Jewish version of the MAGA cult, led by the Jewish MAGA cult leader, who's the Prime Minister, Bibi Benjamin Netanyahu. So I've been watching these videos too, and it's horrible. But please understand. Because you'll say, well, Geno, how would you feel if they were bombing black people? I feel the same way when I look at, Gaza City, and when I look at the scenes of these innocent, especially children, women and children. I'm pissed off like you. Because these people, I'm not Palestinian, but I'm human. And these people are human. And they were just trying to live their lives. In the meantime, the Hamas leaders are living their best lives over in Qatar and other places where the Israeli government knows where they are. So if you that gangster, you go to Qatar, you know where they are. Tell the Qataris and the leaders, say, hey, listen, you give up dude, or we gonna come there and we gonna wreck some shit. If you really are trying to dismantle Hamas, stop playing and killing innocent people. If you gonna be gangster and go after the leaders of Hamas. Because you know where they are, Benjamin Netanyahu. So the point I'm trying to make is that to my Palestinian brothers and sisters, and not just the Palestinian, especially my millennials and Gen Zs, my African American millennials and Gen Zs, even my white young brothers and sisters, millennials and Gen Zs, who are even a lot of the young Jewish Americans and even a lot of the young Jewish young men and women in Israel who detest, can't stand, hate, know how racist Bibi Netanyahu is. But they're traumatized because Hamas murdered their innocent family members and friends and colleagues and co-workers and classmates. But 1,200 people and 29,000, that's not. Oh, come on. Anybody can see, whoa, wait a minute, what are we doing here? And it's not 29,000 Hamas members, 29,000 primarily women and children, primarily. But for all those who are pissed off about that, and calling President Biden, Joe Biden, Genocide Joe. First of all, you need to understand that Bibi Netanyahu is going to do what he wants to do anyway. And President Biden did not start money going to Israel. This has gone on since the United States was one of the key countries that helped to form the state of Israel back in 1948. I've been talking about that all week. So understand, you can be pissed off at Joe Biden, not vote at all, or vote for RFK Jr., Robert F. Kennedy Jr., or Cornel West, and you can F around and find out and let orange jumpsuit jackass Hitler get in. And what do you think if orange jumpsuit Hitler was president? What do you think that he would say to Netanyahu in terms of how many more innocent Palestinians he could kill? He would be like, he would probably even send some American troops to help them really commit genocide. Not to mention, because there are already plans on paper, 1,000-page booklet, Project 2025. His first day in office, back in 2016, a Muslim ban. Project 2025, a plan to deport 1 million immigrants to reinstate a Muslim ban. Really? So my Palestinian brothers and sisters here in America, you can F around and let Orange Hitler get in office. He'll come for you. But he's not going to stop there. So for our brothers and sisters who are immigrants from Haiti or from African countries, so the brothers and sisters from Nigeria, even if your family got money, from Nigeria and Ghana and other African countries, no, y'all not safe either. Nope, not at all. And to some of these Hispanics that are part of the MAGA cult members, if you think they're not coming for you, nope, you part of it. You part of the mass deportation. So just understand, you're not voting for a person. You are voting to protect your freedom or to allow people who already have plans on paper to oppress you to do that. To allow these people To all my women out there, you already have these southern states. Alabama Supreme Court just basically said that people who are engaged or who take part of in vitro fertilization, you have some women who can't have children for a whole lot of reasons. Some men, infertile, they can't have children, or they can't produce healthy sperm to fertilize an egg. So they in vitro fertilization, to where the whole deal, they can fertilize the egg. They have hospitals and clinics that do this. And they have to have basically eggs. Women like deposit eggs, their own eggs, and they're frozen and they're kept. But part of what I've learned with the in vitro fertilization is that the doctors can test these embryos or eggs, because they haven't been fertilized, these eggs, to see which egg would produce a child that could have some genetic, even lethal, deadly genetic defects. So they can pick the healthiest egg to get fertilized. And then if the woman can't carry the child, they have a surrogate. And if the man can't produce healthy sperm, they can pick a sperm donor and go through that whole process, fertilize one of the woman's eggs, and they can either put that egg back into the mother, the woman herself. She can carry the child, and if she can't carry the child, they can find a female surrogate to carry that child. And then once the child is born, then the family that engages in the in vitro fertilization, and they can have people who medically can't have children. But now, with this ruling that says, well, they can't kill, because they're like, I think, hundreds of thousands of these eggs or embryos that the Supreme Court in Alabama is saying were their children. Nikki Haley said, oh, our embryo is a child. No, Nikki Haley, you may consider it a child, but it is not a child. It is not. It is an embryo. And it's an egg if it's not fertilized. And even embryos can't live outside of that mother's womb. So why should the government be making any decision once again about what a woman can do with her body? Why are you once again policing women's wombs and telling women when they can have a child or how many children they must have? What gives you the right to have domain over a woman's body? And why is it that these old ass men feel that they have some divine right to sit back and tell women that they must have children? Because not only do they want to ban abortions, now they're coming for in vitro fertilization. They want to ban birth control pills. They want to ban the morning after pill. They want to force women to have children. And if the women die because of it, it was God's will. No, it wasn't God's will, because God made sure there was technology to save women that have complicated and dangerous pregnancies, and they all kind of test to find out if there's going to be a problem or if this unborn fetus has developed, God forbid, some horrible condition to where it can't survive even inside the mother. Where you've had women who have had, they call stillborn babies who were delivered, who died inside of the mother. Y'all still want to force her to deliver a dead fetus? But man, please. So women understand that this cult is coming for everybody unless you worship the cult leader and taking this country back 1850, 1830. So I can't say it enough. You better understand you are choosing between your freedom and your oppression. And you can be mad at Joe Biden. You can say he hadn't done enough, which he's done a lot. Yesterday, another $1.2 billion student loan debt cancellation. So there's a lot of you all that's watching me. As a matter of fact, I guarantee you, there's some MAGA cult members that's worshiping this cult leader who would have never canceled student loan debt that they themselves have had canceled. I guarantee you. Because they don't determine, well, do you support Democrats, or are you an independent, or do you support this MAGA cult? That's not how they cancel the student loan debt. So they are MAGA cult members that's had their debt canceled, student loan debt canceled. There's a significant number of brothers and sisters, black folks, Latino brothers and sisters, Asian brothers and sisters, watching me right now. Just had your student loan debt. Some of y'all still tripping. Oh, Joe Biden ain't done enough for me. Oh, you forgot that email you got, that letter you got that said, congratulations on behalf of the Biden-Harris administration. Your student loan debt, your student loan balance is zero, or it's been reduced by 20,000 or 40,000. And more student debt would have been canceled. But why? Was it because of President Biden? No. It's because of MAGA cult members. It's because of the MAGA court, Supreme Court, the MAGA cult leaders, the Supreme Court, which is ruled by MAGA cult members, that said, no, it's unconstitutional, President Biden, you can't cancel that much student loan debt. Once again, your freedom or oppression, because you will allow people to put more Supreme Court judges on the bench who are younger, who will make sure that abortion is banned and birth control pills are banned and morning after pills, and who will criminalize abortion and will allow, they've already come for diversity, equity, and inclusion and affirmative action, and will allow companies to discriminate and take you all the way back to where restaurants and hotels and grocery stores, they can deny you service. People can deny selling you a home or a car loan. If you do not think that this cult does not want to return America back to that and allow people to, well, if you don't want to sell it to black folks or gays or whatever, or you know, Mexicans or those from Venezuela or Central America, then you haven't read Project 2025, and it's free. You can download it for free. Google Project 2025. Hell, you don't even have to download it. You can read it. Just Google that, and they got it online for you to see. Please understand, all right? I didn't know I was going to go down that rabbit hole, but really, check out last night's show and Tuesday night. I went into a whole deep dive about what has President Biden done for black folks lately. A whole lot. So I get into that in more detail. So binge watch Wednesday night show and binge watch Tuesday night show. I just want to give you. And listen, the Biden campaign, they haven't given me a penny. They haven't bought any media time on my TV show. They have a right to if they want to, but they haven't. I say this is not about President Biden. And the thing is, orange jumpsuit, dumbass, jackass, Hitler, a.k.a. Donald Trump, he is just like the figurehead. His ass is going to be in jail. But people who, the same white Christian nationalist cult that believes that the only people who should be in power are old, white, male, Christian nationalists who believe that this should be a whites-only nation and that whites should be the only ones in power, the only ones that have wealth, the only ones to make decisions for all the rest of us to live by, including other white folks who don't subscribe to that racist, sexist, misogynistic, homophobic, ignorant, bigoted, backwards ass ideology. Oh yeah, they're coming for them too. So just understand and be clear. You playing with your freedom. Play around. They say F around and find out. Don't play, because I'm not going to let you play with my freedom and the freedom of my family. So, come on, man. Y'all know, you know a con when you see one. You know a con when you, I know brothers and sisters, y'all know a con. Somebody had a conversation with me today. There was this one poll that said 30% of black people said they would vote for Trump. First of all, that poll is bullshit. I can tell you that now. But even if it's 15 or 20%, man, you are playing with your freedom. So maybe you got your own little business, or maybe, you know, you isolated, you live in an all-white neighborhood, and you had a corporation, and you're the only magical Negro, and you think that these MAGA cult members are smiling in your face, your CEOs, and on the board with you. You think that you're like a special magical Negro, and that when they come collectively, they won't come for you or your children. But if your children are part of a peaceful protest in the streets, protesting this racist MAGA cult and a Muslim ban, and when they send the U.S. military, when they send the Marines and Army Rangers to put down peaceful protest in cities where they have they won't say a lot of blacks, but they say in those cities like Chicago, because there's a lot of crime in Chicago. Chicago is not even in the top, it's not even in the top 25. But that's part of this plan of Project 2025, to militarize local police. That means that Trump doesn't like peaceful protests in Chicago and Atlanta or in New Jersey, Newark, or in New York City, up in Harlem or the Bronx or Brooklyn, or down in Houston or in Los Angeles or in Dallas or Birmingham or Mobile or New Orleans, St. Louis, Detroit, Cleveland. Send the military in. Forget the local police. We're going to send the Marines and the folks in the Army. They'll be the police to shoot to kill shoplifters. That's what Orange Jumpsuit Hitler said. He wanted when he was in office the first time. He told at that time, one of his Secretary of Defenses, I've talked about it, Mark Esper, E-S-P-E-R, Google his name. Donald Trump told Mark Esper that he wanted to be able to shoot to kill protesters who were protesting in D.C. about the murder of George Floyd, and just protesting police brutality and the shooting and killing of unarmed black people. That time when he went walking down the street and held his Bible upside down and backwards, he wanted to send federal police and the military to go out and shoot peaceful protesters. So that's on the agenda. That's already in black and white under the militarizing local police. I'm just translating it for you. I'm just doing the translation and translating it for you, or what that means when you see that in Project 2025. All right, listen, thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, share, screen grab this in every episode. Watch me live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be on Friday. So it's a funny Friday. We have fun, and we get your laugh on every Friday. That's how we get down with my guest co-host, Miss Keela Carson. So you don't want to miss it. That is really must-see TV. Once again, thank you, everybody, for checking out the show. Feel free to, if you got a question or comment, jump in my chat room when I'm on camera live. If you got any question, anything you want to know, or you don't agree, you want to challenge something that I got to say, jump in there. They say if you feel froggish, just take a leap, right? Do that. All right, everybody. I'm gonna get out of here. So I want to leave you with a new video. The next R&B supergroup, Metal Rose, including my brother by another mother, Marcus Allen, who's featured in the group. 3 guys. As a matter of fact, they were guests on the show. You can go back and binge watch that episode. Then I'm going to hit you with some October London, and I'll see you live. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show, CEO of Designer Cuts here in the Charleston, South Carolina Metro. Check him and his workout on IG, Instagram. Kel Be Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP, and Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. I call her the Drip Director. Check her and her collection out on IG, on Instagram, lx.ncl_LO- at the end of the second L, lx.ncl_ on IG, on Instagram. So I will see you live right here, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. If you missed any of this episode, go back and binge watch this and all my back episodes right now. I will leave you with the brand new video from the next R&B supergroup, Metal Rose. Black Boots, a tribute to all the great R&B singers, to really a tribute to all the great R&B supergroups like Jodeci and so many more. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Metal Rose, come here.
Girl, you know that I want it. I know you get lonely, and that's why you call me. You know that I'm coming. Girl, you know that I want it. You're making me horny. Wanna know how it tastes, baby? Can't wait, cause this shit sound like Black Boots, Jodeci, grinding. Attitude, but I got you, baby.
We gon' keep the thing winding.
All night can't stop you, baby. No, I ain't with the fake shit. What's the 411 is, baby?
Stop acting brand new.
Girl, tell me what must I do? Must I do?
So tell me,
What must I say? Do
to show how much. Hold up, wait, this shit sound like.
Black Boots, Jodeci, grinding.
And I want your body. Hey, yeah. I love my body. Yeah. I know you get rowdy. Yeah. Wanna know how it tastes, baby? Can't wait, cause this shit sound like Black Boots, Jodeci, grinding.
Attitude, but I got you, baby.
You gon' keep the thing winding.
All night can't stop you, baby.
No, I ain't with the fake shit.
What the 411 is, baby?
It's all here for you. Just tell me what must I do? Yeah. You should come. You should come, lady. This shit sound like Black Boots, Jodeci, grinding. Yeah. This shit sound like Black Boots, Jodeci, grinding.
This shit feel like grinding. I've been looking at you all night. I want to do once the day becomes the night. Said I've been patient and I've been kind. Oh, but my body is running out of time. You said your clock on your walls is ticking, so let me give you what you've been missing. So she said, take me, oh, take me back. Oh, baby, take me back to your place. Ooh, your place of residence. So she said, take me, oh, take me back. Oh, baby, take me back to your place. Ooh, your place of residence. Oh, I've been waiting, baby, waiting for a long time, waiting on you, for your heart to be mine. Oh, before someone else comes to mind. But when you told me that I was the one, girl, oh, baby, I took every hour and minute, babe, just to make sure that everything's right. So she said, take me, oh, take me back. Oh, baby, take me back to your place. Your place of residence. So she said, take me, oh, take me back. Oh, baby, take me back to your place.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.